Okay. Empty tomb meets hand control. You like the delayed reserve reveal because you immediately knew what I was doing if you saw the reserve. Um, this is an extreme, maybe not extreme. This is a hand and deck control, very synergistic with Thieves. You got your speed, 40, Denarius, Mayhem, Resurrection's really fast. I was making an empty tomb deck. I'm trying to learn the themes better to where when I do YTG contender decks, like videos, I can really give a good quality video instead of uh, just throwing something out there, you know? So I figured I could still make videos and learn themes and then make YTG contender videos. But I wanted to maximize the resurrection. Uh, Playing a good fortress, you always play empty tomb first because then you play an empty tomb hero, so you get the bounce to help with the um, theme of blocking from hand. And you uh, do a lot of pre-block in this deck. You play resurrection, and I was thinking, what can I do instead of just winning one battle? How can I kind of cripple the opponent and try to win more than one battle? So what I do is I rescue with Gabriel. I reserve an evil card from their deck. I play resurrection, and I band to Martha, Simeon. Simeon goes first because of hand advantage, and Joanna if I know they're going to block from hand. I also have John as well if needed for the same play plus the additional green hero and meet Clay. So uh, reserve an evil card from their deck. Simeon, they have to underdeck an evil card from hand. Martha, they have to reserve an evil card from hand. Joanna, they have to toss if they block me, and I can take a card from reserve or draw two if it's first turn. So that's what I like to do. And pop up my heroes real fast. I have Gabriel, Simeon, John, Simon, 4D, Denarius, Mayhem to really get a hero to go for numerous plus some stars. Got stars over here. I don't have Betrayal. Um, and like I can have more stars on defense. Like I can do that. That's fine. I just pop heroes out so fast that it, it didn't necessarily matter. This is 51 cards. Oh, right here. There you go. It's 51 cards. Um, Extremely fast. Like I said, I like to do pre-block here, and I'm hitting your hand. The other option, that's like my first turn attack, to be honest. Like one or two of them, maybe three, or it's just got a lot of good attacks. Uh, Simeon, convert, band to John. I'm already going to get the toss and the draw, and because I'm going to play awesome things on John and go to Ascension, that's easily set up and based on Book of the Law usually. And I'm going to play Ascension, and Ascension's going to band in pretty much my offense. And I'm going to hit your hand, hit your deck. Ascension also plays Faithful Servant, so I reserve an evil enhancement, an evil card from your deck. So your best evil enhancement from your deck is reserved. Your best evil card from your deck is reserved. You have to lose a card from your hand. You have to lose a card from your hand, and I can bring in like protection, regardless of protection enhancements, CBN enhancements. It doesn't really matter. If you block me from hand, I can recycle Teaching and Parables. Yeah, I know I only have one character for Faithful Servant. That's fine. For Teaching and Parables, that's fine. They don't know this is coming. If I'm fortunate enough, I can Jehu with Sword because this also helps pave the way for um, bouncing their evil character because I can bounce and get the block from hand. So I can go Jehu to Peter, flip to John, and then go into awesome things. So I can get the hand hitting from Jehu with the exchange. I can Virgin Birth into Jehu as well. Book of the Law helps me get what I need for this band. It's not really reliant on this at all. I have no unity for my heroes, so I can bring in Jehu just fine in exchange and then go to an awesome ride. Judas, ambushing bandits, amazing. if you draw, I take an artifact or enhancement from your hand. Usually it's an enhancement. And if you use a good draw ability, you have to give me one of your cards. So if you use a good draw ability with both of these heroes out, if you mess up, you got to give me one of the cards you drew, and then I go and take an enhancement. The defense, pretty standard, just small thieves. Highwayman, draw and ban, plunders, prevents what you play and takes it. And then I end with ambushing bandits or mocking thief, and I take an enhancement from your deck, or I just banned or draw. It doesn't really matter. I can do that. Usually it's just mocking thief. I could always end it to Judas as well, and I can restrict good dominance and take an artifact from your deck as well. So very strong. I'm taking a lot of things. Same with my enhancements. A lot of hand control, a lot of different bouncing. I control the board in general. I bounce you. I make you block from hand. I get a lot of big benefits. You don't want to block from hand, but you have to, and I limit your options. It's very, very fast. It does a lot of hand control up front with very strong attacks based on heroes. So we're going to do it, like I said, quick video. And boom, and here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Top deck, new test and art from reserve. If you control a meek hero, draw 2. Top deck a star card from reserve. I'll look at your hand, and we are good to go. I have the file down for a nice draw. We're not going to do anything with Book of the Law yet. I'll say I get to go first for this pace of play. And I will put down, so I want to go to Gabriel, and then I can play a Gospel Angel from deck since I have hand advantage. Don't mess up against me with that. If you don't have hand advantage, you want to take back, I'm going to say nope. So I get to play Gabriel. I have a numerous for 2, and that's all I need. So I play numerous. I have 1, 2, and I get 2 heroes. And I know you're not supposed to do this. I'm saying I have Resurrection Revealer. Can exchange to get the resurrection, and then I don't have a hero in battle. But Gabriel bans to him, so I don't get to do the reserve an evil card from your deck first turn. But Gabriel can ban to Resurrection Revealer, and I grab the resurrection, and then I grab the Empty Tomb hero and the Empty Tomb that I need. So I'm going to get 2 heroes. I know I'm going to get 1 Empty Tomb hero from Resurrection. So what do I want first turn as well? I'm going to get John, but I also want to have Joanna for a draw. Oh, you know what? You want Martha and Simeon. I know this is crazy. You can use this quote against me, but I don't care about drawing right now. I want to hit your hand. I want to go Martha, Simeon. And this goes back to hand. This is discarded. I'm going to bounce Salome, and I will attack with Gabriel to Revealer. And if attacking, you may exchange this card with an Empty Tomb human from deck, or take a good Gospel Dominant from deck. Oh, it takes. I forgot about that. It doesn't exchange to take. It just takes. Goodness gracious. And I'm not gonna let you block. I mean, I could wait, but if you do like a Firefox's, like I didn't get to see your hand, I could. Oh yeah, I did with Emmaus Road. So we would have played that based off what we saw with. Oh no, I didn't draw into that, did I? It's so long ago. Yeah, I drew into that, so I would have looked at your hand and known. I'm gonna play Resurrection, and we know that we have Simeon and Martha, and we want Joanna because John doesn't work right now. So we're gonna grab Joanna and Empty Tomb. Empty Tomb is played first, just to be in good practice of that, just in case, you know, when they have an evil character down. Now we have Joanna, we play, and then we get to band in 3. We're going to band in 3. And the first one is going to be, always is going to be Simeon. If only there was a way to put this back in my deck. And then we're going to Simeon, so they got to underdeck an evil card from hand. That's what I was saying. First turn, I pretty much always have a band and hit your hand. You got to reserve an evil card from your hand, and if you block me from hand, it's tossed. The first thing you play, I convert to draw 2. And I have a negate cards except good nativity cards, and I have an untouchable. So, and if you block me from hand, I also get a Book of the Law. I don't think you can block me from hand because I got rid of 2 cards and you have to toss the first. That's insane. Put down Herod's Temple. And go into Emmaus Road. Sometimes we want to keep Emmaus Road so we can go straight to our reserve turn 2. But we're going to want to get straight back into card advantage. So you already know. Boom, 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 boom. Now Nero does mess with our unity for Thieves, so we do have to bounce him, but Empty Tomb allows us to do that just fine. So let's see. We're done here, right? Do we need to put down anything? Do we want to do additional searches? We have our negate neutrals. Like if we we could go back to Emmaus Road and get another star card. We're in a good spot. I'm just thinking if we, you're discarded. Yeah, I think what we do here, we can get really, we can get greedy. Like I can put down 1, 2, 3 heroes. I can 5th seal into a Spirit as a Dove. Spirit as a Dove. Oh, I took out Crowd's Choice. I was thinking I can go to a Mayhem and do some more stuff, but that's fine. It's their turn. I'd probably Vain Philosophy them and see if I can get a Nero block. If not, I still get to draw when they put stuff, in battle. So either way, that's good. Let's see, take a card, accept the dominant. And I also have a look at a hand. Upkeep hits. I get to make a token. Book of the Law. I bounce my own hero. Remember, you bounce yours because you put them back, and then Empty Tomb bounces theirs, assuming you need to do that. And we're going to say they had a character out. They're gone now. We're going to put down Mary. Now we get to bounce our Nero, and we easily have unity on evil. Empty Tomb's very, very easy to maintain unity on evil if you want to splash because of the Empty Tomb. It's extremely easy to bounce their characters and still have block from hand. And I made this offense to where I don't just rely on them blocking from hand. Okay, so we got all sorts of stuff now, right? We kind of want to go to Ascension and Awesome Ride and start hitting their hand some more. And we could easily do that. We have Emmaus Road and New Covenant. And since we have Book of Law over in Herod's Temple, we could go New Covenant to, or I'm sorry, 5th Seal to New Covenant and activate New Covenant and go to our reserve and go to the Ascension. And that was our 5th Seal. And we could play Emmaus Road. First, we would want to see, do we need anything over here? Not necessarily, because we're going to Awesome Ride. We don't need to put the hand pressure. Decks, I'll say, from last year were first turn, first sacrifice, and teaching them parables. I opt to a resurrection play instead. And then I opt to an Awesome Ride. So I get my dominance right out of the way. And then I can start hitting you pressure turns 3 and so on after that. There's not really much left because I hit you with Faithful and Gabriel. So Emmaus Road's going to go to deck from here. We're going to get a star card. We don't have Noah Solomon's Dream, so we can't get Right On, and that's no fun because that's what we want. Darn. I was hoping for a way to Right On because I forgot I took Crowd's Choice out because usually I like ways to go like Annunciation. Um oh yeah, that's what it was. I was like, where is it? It's in my hand. Doof. Okay, so now I can just take whatever star card I want. Um we're gonna try to get Jehu going. Reserve, take Jehu. Um Jehu can go to hand. That's not your hand. Jehu can go to hand. Virgin Birth's gone. I'm all over the place. And now we're playing Annunciation and if used by a nativity hero. And that's why I also brought in Simeon 2 for Annunciation to hit. It's easy to do. All right, so we have Book of Law active. They have no evil characters in territory. We have Right On. Now, if you bring Magi in here, Jay was saying you can go King Jehu to Magi to Gabriel, which is really cool. So I have both my fortresses out, so I don't really need to. Doesn't matter what I play him as because he can convert himself, but I can just play Peter as Meek. Remember, we're just trying to play that we need a Meek hero for Right On, and then we get to band everyone in that we want. So we're gonna get blocked from hand, and we have Book of Law active, so we also get the top deck. We're gonna attack with Peter, and they're like, "Can I block?" And I'm like, "No, no, you can't." I play the Ascension, which plays Faithful Servant from the reserve, and I get to band. Actually, Peter comes into battle, which means I get to top deck first. So don't miss that. We want to top deck our Builder Sword for Jehu, and then I play the Ascension, offer awesome things, and then I have Faithful Servant down. Remember, we're always going to have Simeon first. If blocked from hand, reserve, hit their deck, and it's New Testament heroes. And we could also bring in Resurrection Revealer. I could even bring in John after this if I didn't have Joanna or something. I can bring in John after Resurrection Revealer because he gets the new Son of God. And if I thought they had protection, I could also bring in Mary. I could also bring in the other Mary to take a good card from deck. And I can bring in Salome as well for protecting Lost Souls and this card from evil cards if they're going to block from hand. Just a lot I can do. And that still keeps heroes in my deck and in my hand. So I get to do everything now. Simeon first, you got to underdeck an evil card from hand. Joanna, if blocked from hand, toss the next evil enhancement. You may convert to draw 2 or take a good New Testament card from reserve. I will do what I do best. And then Martha, you have to reserve an evil card from hand. Faithful Servant, I will reserve an evil enhancement from your deck. Gabriel, I will negate an evil card. I will reserve an evil card from your deck. I'll go to Resurrection Revealer to take Gospel Dominant. And then I will bring in Mary. If blocked from hand, CBN enhancements for Gospel, convert to band to any number. Oh, I was saying I didn't have to. This was the Mary I was talking about. It doesn't matter. And Salome, protection, and yeah, regardless of protect if I want. So I have CBN and regardless of protect, untouchable in my hand if they do anything that tosses the next. hits their hand for 1, 2, hits their deck for 2, and tosses the next. So pretty good pre-block, right? And I got some drawing out of it, and I got a dominant. So a lot of value there. If you really look at it, I took a dominant from my deck. I drew 2. I reserved 2 from your deck, and I took 2 out of your hand. What's the net on that? It's insane. If you do anything, I also have Book of the Law to where I take from deck. And that was turn 2. Put down Ambushing Bandits now that I have Unity. And probably you really wouldn't block. If you did anything, probably wouldn't do much. Draw 3, imitate, harvest so I can get another Lost Soul. I'd go ahead and play Son of God. I don't always just throw Second Coming to the Son of God. If the game's kind of tight and I need more control, then I would Son of God, or I would Second Coming into Resurrection. And I would go back to my Resurrection band. I'll go ahead and show you. It's kind of what the point is, right? So I'll go to Resurrection. Book of the Law, I get to flip. I don't really think I need the Joanna, so I'll bounce Joanna. I'll put Joanna down to bounce your evil character. 4D coin. I can draw 4. Remember, we need hand advantage for this deck for Simeon. We got a lot of soul gen. I can hit them for soul gen both ways, or I can give myself stuff. And we're going to go ahead and go to Lord's Prayer to go to Teaching in Parables. And we're going to hit them for Teaching in Parables, and that gets discarded. New Covenant is going to go to deck for Emmaus Road. Emmaus Road's going to go to reserve. For a star card, we're going to play for Sacrifice to hit their hand. We're going to put down John. We're going to put down Jehu. We're going to put down Builder's Sword. 4D coin got discarded. We're going to put down Mary. And now we can do like a Jehu exchange to who do we want to exchange to? Who did I say? Doesn't really matter, does it? A Simeon. I'm doing this before I rescue, because then we would do Resurrection and we would band in because that's already going to take 2 out from their hand, and we already saw their hand. So do we need to take any more out of their hand? We would know that prior to. So depending on that, and we just want to hit their deck and win, we would probably band in Faithful Servant, Gabriel, hit 2 from their deck. And then probably bring in I think just Gabriel. Just 1 is fine. They probably wouldn't have much at this point. And then probably Mary and Martha would be the resurrection. Does that say humans? Yeah, you can't do Gabriel. Jehu to Faithful Servant would reserve an evil enhancement from their deck, play Resurrection, band in these 3. If I wanted to, instead of hitting their hand, I could Simeon to Gabriel. Just it all depends on what you saw with First Sacrifice and Teaching in Parables. So that's probably what I'll do. I'll Jehu, hit their hand, bounce an evil character to get a whatever. Ensure a block from hand. And then I will exchange to Faithful Servant, and Faithful Servant will reserve an evil enhancement from their deck. I will play the Resurrection and band in all of them. They got to reserve an evil card from their hand, and Martha can flip to convert. And this is CBP, this is CBN, Gabriel CBN. The only thing that's not CBN is Faithful Servant. I say that because I can bring in a Mary, so I get a by the numbers, except for Empty Tomb heroes and CBN, CBP heroes. And and I could just do a flip to take or a flip to convert, draw, flip, everything's negated, and I get regardless of protection and protection on Sloam. So that's it. That's the video. Empty Tomb is pretty crazy. I really like the pre-block with hand control. It puts a whole nother element for Empty Tomb. Just very strong. It's very, very fun to play. You're flipping things and hitting their hand and doing all sorts of craziness. A lot of speed, and you saw how quickly it is to get out Resurrection, like how easy it is to get out your heroes in Resurrection, and you can go to numerous. This is, you call it Empty Tomb Circus. I think I put a B in there on Tomby. So yeah, a lot of consistency, a lot of speed, a lot of power. These offenses are pretty crazy. You could always do a Faith of Gideon in this build, where you can do a side battle like Jeremy did in Type 2, and you can take stuff as well with all your thieves because they all band to each other and take. So you can do that as well. Just a lot of fun. Think outside the box. Awesome ride with Impartial Judgment is amazing, and it works in most every deck. But there's other ways to have massive attacks without needing that. Kind of like you're bringing in heroes that are hard to stop. So you can bring in the Bethany trio in here. I didn't think it was needed because one of the heroes restricts DOMs in battle and negates. That's really good, but I like having Judas, Resurrection Revealer, and Ambushing Bandits. I think that's good. You could easily bring in a what is it, Jesse? You can or Obed, whichever one it is, to negate their characters because it's a white star card. So you could easily bring in Jesse into this build as well. If Jehu isn't as consistent, you could take out Jehu and Sword, and you can put Jesse in reserve and have another card there in reserve, like another battle winner, like Stone rolled away in reserve. So a lot of different ways to go. This is a very strong offense, and I feel like this build mitigates the whole having to be blocked from hand. It kind of always ensures it anyway, but because you can force, remember, you can leave their characters down that they don't want to block with. And kind of it's like a kind of like a choose the blocker almost. So you either, for example, if they're playing orange, you bounce like Fallen Star and you attack and you get the block from hand if they use Fallen Star, for example. So a lot of things to do and to think about and consider. This is just one build that I really, really like. You see how strong it is, you see how fast it is. Extreme control, like that was 3 turns. And if we really counted how much I took from your deck and your hand, like the net advantage is massive and the defense just plays right along with it. I think the defense is a little weak. Like you do want to have, like I don't have Deceiver in here because I have Nero for Denarius. So I took out Deceiver, but the Thief could come in here and get Highwayman. So it's just a matter of how you want to play, but I always tend to do this at the end of videos, just ramble on. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and it kind of sparks some creativity for Empty Tomb, and enjoy.